Hello everyone, and welcome. Today, I'd like to show off another find that I've made at my local library that fits into another one of my interests, and that is language learning. Around 10 years ago, I started learning languages as a hobby outside of studying them in school. And one language that I came across is Esperanto. It's a language you may or may not have heard of. But it is the most widely spoken constructed language in the world, at over 2 million speakers, roughly. And what do I mean by a constructed language? What I mean by that is the language was not created through a long-term cultural process, like in most languages, like how English developed over the years and the centuries and millennia from Anglo-Saxon and Germanic roots, from Frankish and Latinate roots, and from Greek, and from Celtic languages, and from other languages to become the modern language that it is today. Instead, Esperanto follows a tradition that began in earnest in the second half of the 19th century, of people wanting to create their own languages, mostly for world peace or for simplifying communication among people who spoke multiple languages. And Esperanto is like that. It was created in 1887, or first published in 1887 by a man named Ludwig Zamenhof. He lived in the town of Białystok, which is now part of the nation of Poland, but was at that time part of the Russian Empire. And as part of the Russian Empire, and as part of the farther westernmost part of the empire, was part of the Pale of Settlement, which meant that not only were there ethnic Poles and ethnic Russians living there, but also ethnic Jews, of which Zamenhof was one of them, who spoke Yiddish on top of Polish and Russian and Lithuanian from nearby Lithuania. And so, inspired by the need to communicate universally around his city, Zamenhof was inspired to develop a language. It was first published in 1887 and still has speakers to this day, including a number of offshoot languages. This here that I found is not the original book, but it is a textbook written for American audience, for American learners who want to learn Esperanto. And it's a bit of a textbook. It has a number of different sections in this table of contents. And despite being an American book, this book follows the European tradition, or at least a tradition that I associate more with Spanish-speaking and French-speaking and Italian parts of the world, with the table of contents in the back. We start with some front matter in English, obviously. And we start with, after that, with a basic grammar. We start with the alphabet and pronunciations. We get to an expanded grammar of parts of speech, conjugations, and you'll notice that all of this is quite a small section. All of this for the grammar of a language. It's quite compact. In fact, this language was designed to be simple and very rule-based. Of course, there are arguments for and against that. It does have a regular pronunciation style and fairly limited vocabulary. Not limited in the sense of constricted, but in the sense of there is an outer limit to the world that can be described with simple words, but easy ways to construct new words. In addition to a syntax section, we also have exercises, which are mostly going over vocabulary and comprehension. We have a dictionary. We have conversations. I can't find it here. But we also have some works of translation, or some texts originally in Esperanto. Before we dive into those, I'm going to cover the pronunciation, and then we're going to go through the original grammar of Esperanto as written by Ludwig Zamenhof. So starting with the alphabet, la alfabeto. The Esperanto alphabet consists of 28 letters, 6 of which are repetition with diacritical marks. So that's things added to the letter to make it different. Each letter in the alphabet represents one sound only. The vowels, la vocaloi, like father or market, like lend or vary, like in machine, o as in no or snow, and u as in rude. Those are the vowels. There is letters with diacritics, letteroi kun supersignoi. We have C with a breve, which is like ch in church. G with a breve is like gen. S with a breve is sh in shoe or shine. H with a breve is like the CH in German, Loch, or Bach, also in Scottish. J with a breve is like azure or treasure. And U with actually a breve, which is the curved down. It's like a smaller U on top. These, I believe, are carrots. So C with a carrot, G with a carrot, S with a carrot, H with a carrot, J with a carrot, and U with a breve, like the W. In a way, we have letters that sound differently in Esperanto as in English. C is always tss, 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 like cats, bits. G is always G in go or get or googly. J is always like Y as in yes, yo-yo. S is always so or smoke or base. There are diphthongs, diphthongoi, like A, U with breve is like how. E with a breve, E, U with a breve is eu. And the last four are A, O, J, which are I, Oi, A, and Ui. R is rolled, and the rest of the letters are as in English. Consonants get named by adding the vowel O to their name. Vowels are just their sound. So A, Bo, So, Cho, Do, E, Fo, Go, Jo, Ho, Ho, I, Yo, Jo, Ko, Lo, Mo, No, O, Po, Ro, So, Sho, To, U, Wo, Vo, Zo. And those are the letters of the alphabet. In terms of pronunciation, there's also some irregularity to that as well, in that there are no silent letters. Each letter is read out, and the emphasis of the word is always on the second to last syllable if there are more than two or more syllables, or on the one syllable if there is only one syllable. So if we look at this word list here, we have al, ballo, patro, lupo, cello, citrono, cento, cento, char, cemiso, chicano, cielo, ciu, felicia, zia, cia, el, en, de, teni, sen, vero, fali, fidella, trafi, gallo, cis, giusta, regi, giardeno, longa, regno, sigli, gradio, pazzoro, seshora, bathufo, horo, choro, coro, cholero, feino, iel, ia, iu, iam, iu, ies, iuristo, crayono, lerneio, deino, veno, perei, malple, justa, jus, jetti, zucchero, aquo, cocchetto, liquoro, pazcanto. And we have two other sets of pronunciation, which I will skip for now. And like I said, to get a complete picture of the grammar of Esperanto, we would want to cover the full grammar with examples. But to give us a crash course, here is the complete grammar of Esperanto as written by Dr. Zamenhof in La Fundamento de Esperanto, the foundations of Esperanto. There are no exceptions to these rules. I will read the rules first in Esperanto and then in English. 1. La articolo. Articolo ne definita ne existas. Existas nur articolo definita. La egala por ciui sexoi, casoi, kai nombroi. 1. The article. There is no indefinite article. There is only one definite article, la, alike for all genders, cases, and numbers. 2. La substantivoi. La substantivoi havas la finiĝon o por la formado de la multenombro oni aldonas la finiĝon jo. Kazoj ekzistas nur 2. Nominativo kaj accusativo. La lasta estas ricevata el la nominativo per la aldono de la finiĝo no. La ceteraj kazoj estas esprimataj per helpo de preposicioj. La genitivo per de, la dativo per al, la ablativo per aŭ aliaj prepozicioj laŭ la senco. 2. The substantive, or the noun. Substantives, or nouns, have the ending O. For the formation of the plural, we add the letter J. There are only 2 cases, nominative and accusative, or objective. The latter is obtained from the nominative by the addition of the termination N. The other cases are expressed with the help of prepositions, the genitive by de, the dative by al, the ablative by per, or other prepositions according to meaning. 3. La adjectivo. La adjectivo finiĝas per a. Casoj kaj nombroj kiel ĉe la substantivo. La komparativo estas farata per la vorto pli, la superlativo per plej. Ĉe la komparativo oni uzas la conjuncción ol. 3. The adjective. The adjective ends in a or a. Cases and numbers, as well as with the substantive. The comparative is made by means of the word pli, the superlative by play. With the comparative, the conjunction ol is used. Kvar, la numeraloj. La numeraloj fundamentaj ne estas deklinaciataj. Estas 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cent, 1000. La dekoj kaj centoj estas formataj per simpla kunigo de la numeraloj. Por la signado de la numeraloj ordaj, oni aldonas la finiĝon de la adjektivo. Por la multoblaj, la sufikson obl. Por la nombronaj, on. Por la kolektaj, op. Por la disvidaj, la vortojn po. Krom tio povas esti uzataj numeraloj substantivaj kaj adverbaj. 4. The numerals. The cardinal numerals, they are not declined, are 1 for 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 9, 9, 10, 10, cent, 100, mil, 1000. The tens and hundreds are formed by the simple joining of the numerals. For the signification of the ordinal numerals, we add the ending of the adjective. For the multiples, the suffix obl. For the fractionals, on. For the collectives, op. For the distributives, the word po. Besides that, the substantival and adverbial numerals can be used. Kvin, la pronomoj. Pronomoj personaj. Mi, vi, li, ŝi, ĝi, pri objekto aŭ besto, si, ni, vi, ili, oni. La pronomoj posedaj estas formataj per la aldono de la finiĝo adjektiva. La deklinacio estas kiel ĉe la substantivoj. 5. The pronouns. Personal pronouns. Me, I, vi, you, li, he, she, G, referring to things or animals, it, si, oneself, ni, we, vi, you, plural, ili, and oni for the third person. The possessive pronouns are formed by the addition of the adjective ending, the A. Declension is as with the substantives. Ses, la verbo. La verbo ne estas ŝanĝata laŭ personoj nek nombroj. Formoj de la verbo. La tempo estanta akceptas la finiĝon as. La tempo estinta is. La tempo estonta os. La modo kondiĉa us. La modo oldona u. La modo sendifina i. Participoj kun senso adjektiva aŭ adverba. Aktiva estanta at. Aktiva estinta int. Aktiva estonta ont. Pasiva estanta at. Pasiva estinta it. Pasiva estonta ot. Ĉiuj formoj de la pasiva estas formataj per helpo de responda formo de la verbo esti kaj participo pasiva de la bezonata verbo. La prepozicio de ĉe la pasivo estas de. 6. The verb. The verb is not changed in person or number. No conjugation in that sense. The forms of the verb. The present tense takes the ending as. The past tense is. The future tense os. The conditional mode us. The imperative mood u. The infinitive mood e. Participles with an adjectival or adverbial sense. Active present ant. Active past int. Active future ont. Passive present at. Passive past it. Passive future ot. All forms of the passive are formed by the help of a corresponding form of the verb esti and a passive participle of the required verb. The preposition with the passive is they. Sep. La adverbo. La adverboj finiĝas per e. Gradoj de komparado kiel ĉe la adjektivo. 7. The adverb. Adverbs end in e. degrees of comparison as with the adjective. So using pli or play for the comparisons. Ok, la prepositioi. Cioi prepositioi postulas la nominativon. 8. Narrative with prepositions. All prepositions require the nominative. Now, la pronunzo. Ciui vorto estas legata, kiel gi estas skribita. 9. Pronunciation. Every word is read as it is written. 10. La accento. La accento estas ciam sur la antaŭlasta silabo. 10. The accent. The accent is always on the penultimate, next to last syllable. 11. Vortoi kunmetitaj. Vortoi kunmetitaj estas formataj per simpla kunigo de la vortoj. La ĉefa vorto staras en la fino. La gramatikaj finiĝoj estas rigardataj ankaŭ kiel memstaraj vortoj. 11. Compound words. Compound words are formed by the simple joining of words. The principal word starts at the end. The grammatical endings are also regarded as independent words. 12. Neo. Ĉe alia nea vorto, la vorto ne estas forlasata. 12. Negation. With another negative word, the word ne is omitted. 13. Directo. Por montri directon, la vortoj ricevas la finiĝon de la akuzativo. 13. Direction. In order to show direction, words take the ending of the accusative. 14. La prepozicio je. Ĉiu prepozicio havas difinitan kaj konstantan signifon. Sed se mi devas uzi ian prepozicion kaj la rekta senso ne montras al mi, kian nome prepozicion ni devas preni, tiam ni uzas la prepozicion je, kiu memstaran signifon ne havas. Anstataŭ la prepozicio je oni povas ankaŭ uzi la akuzativon sen prepozicio. 14. The preposition je. Every preposition has a definite and constant meaning, but if we have to use a preposition and the direct sense does not show us what special preposition we ought to take, then we use the preposition je, which has no independent meaning. Instead of the preposition je, we can also use the accusative without a preposition. Dec kvin. Vortoi fremdai. La tial nomatai vorto fremdai. Ti estas. Tioi kiun la plimulto de la lingvon prenis el unu fonto. Estas usatai en la lingvo Esperanto sen ŝanĝo, ricevante nur la ortografion de tiu ĉi lingvo. Sed ĉe diversaj vortoj de unu radiko estas pli bone uzi senŝanĝe nur la vorto fundamentan kaj la ceterajn formi el tiu ĉi lasta laŭ la reguloj de la lingvo Esperanto. 15. Foreign words. The so-called foreign words, that is, those which a majority of the languages have taken from one source, are used in the Esperanto language without change, receiving only the orthography of this language. But with various words from one root, it is better to use unchanged only the fundamental word, and to form the rest from this latter according to the rules of the Esperanto language. Dexes, Elisio. La fina vocalo de la substantivo kaj de la artikolo povas esti forlasata kaj anstataŭigata de apostrofo. 16. Elision. The final vowel of the substantive, the noun, and the article can be omitted and replaced by an apostrophe. And there we have it. Of course, there is so much more to the grammar. And we go into depth here in this central section. Obviously, with the article, we only have one definite article. So that's la, which is the. So tablo, la tablo, table or a table, and the table. Nouns, substantives, end in O. If it ends in OJ, it's a plural. If it ends in ON, then it is the object of the sentence. So, in this case, la patrino, la infanon nutras. The mother, la patrino, feeds, nutras, the child, la infanon. The child is being fed. It is in the accusative. And we can combine those as well. So, a plural object of the sentence would be oin, O-J-N, oin. Or ili kostas kvardeknaŭ cendoj. They cost 49 cents. Adjectives end in A, and they follow the same rules as nouns. Plurals are I, adjectives associated with the object of the sentence are an, and plural adjectives that apply to plural nouns that are objects are ein. Ŝi ŝatas maturajn fruktojn. Pronouns, we have I, you, he, she, it, we, you plural, and they, me, vi, li, she, ji, ni, vi, and they. There is also tsi, which is used as a thou, a historical second person you. That's pretty much only used in religious texts. And like adjectives, possessive pronouns are the pronoun ending in a. So I is me, and mine or my is mia. Only also exists as a rarer pronoun, as a one, like one must imagine Sisyphus happy. One ought to think well. Oni devus pensi bone. Verbs. I think the Zamenhof did a good-ish job of explaining verbs. So infinitive, which is the default for verbs, is to end in I. So esti, to be. Legi, to read. In the present tense, you end in as. So estas, is or are. Legas, reads or is reading. The past tense is, so estis, was. Legis, read. The future is os. Estos, will be. Legos, will read. Conditional is us. So estus would be, or legus would read. And the imperative or the command form ends in u, so estu would be, which is kind of hard to imagine as a command, but it's more like be well, be happy. Estu bone, estu felice. There are a number of defined adverbs, like hiero, yesterday, hodiao, today, jus, just now, ambao, both, ankaŭ, also, ankoraŭ, yet or still, kvazaŭ, as if. You can also form adverbs from other words by having them be end in an e. So dextro would be on the right. Dextra would be describing something on the right. And dextre means on the right. Lots more examples. Participles. These are the ing verbs or the ed verbs in English. And they split them out into active. These are is doing, was doing, will be doing, is done, was done, will be done. More prepositions. Lots of uses of prepositions. Conjunctions. Words that connect. So we have and, but, and or, which are kai, said, and ao. And other ones as well, like char, because, alie, otherwise, kvaza, as if, nek, nor, sekve, consequently. Interjections, which are things shouted, like brave, bravo, bis, encore, hurrah, hurrah. And then we have numbers. Uno, du, tri, kvar, kvin, ses, sep, ok, now, dek. And the additions. Nullo for 0, set, mil, miliono, miliardo. And constructing numbers in between those powers of 10 is straightforward. You just do dec for 10 and the number, or a number and dec and then the number. So 16 is 110 dec and a 6, which is ses. So that's dec, ses. 76 is 7 tens, so sepdec, and 6 again, ses. Numbers can also be adjectives as well, so adding an A at the end makes it unua first, dua second, tria third, kvara fourth, and so on. And they can also end in is to be the first one, secondly, or first place or second place, thirdly, fourthly, fifthly, and so on. We have other math affixes. On makes fractions, so du ono is a half, tri ono is a third. Multiples are obl, so duobla, double, trioble, triple. Things that happened collectively together get up, so duope mean in twos or two together. varope in fours. And then things that happen over time become foie. So once, unu foie, twice, du foie, 3 times or thrice, tri foie. The hardest part to memorize then is the prefixes and the suffixes, in my opinion. If I make another video about this, then I will definitely be diving in more on these because they are quite in depth. And we also have our table of correlatives. So these are a set of words that are constructed in the same way, that are the who, the what, the where, the when, the why, the how, what thing, whose, as well as that specific one or that specific person, every person or everything, nothing, and something. I hope that it gives a good introduction to the language. And for those of you who already know Esperanto, at least a little bit, I hope that is a nice refresher, and I hope that I have shown off the language well. Let me know if you've made it this far, if you'd like to see more of the grammar of Esperanto, or alternatively, if you want to see more vocabulary, or maybe even if you want to see what the other examples of Esperanto literature there are in this book. I'll be happy to share it while I have it from the library. All right, I think that's it for now. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening.